I'm Christina Fugis with MoldMaking Technology, and I am here today with President of Alliance Specialties and Laser Sales, Tony Demakis, and Brian Connor, who is the Channel Development Manager of Universal Robots. So welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Titles get so long.
Oh my
They
gosh.
do.
I mean, it's
Absolutely.
the titles get so long, and it's hard to even know what they mean.
We were just discussing that.
We were talking about
So
that,
why don't we
right?
start off that way?
Sure.
Why don't you tell us how you guys came together?
Sure.
Absolutely. You want to start that, Tony?
Yeah. So about 3-4 years ago, it was probably 4 years ago, we were at FabTech.
Yep.
And we were walking around. We were exhibiting at FabTech, and we went through the Universal Robots booth, and we just stopped, right? Because we make laser welding and laser engraving machines. And it's this whole process to come up with the armature and the X and the Y and the Z and everything as a platform. And we were walking through the show, and we got to the UR booth, and we just all stopped. There were 3 of us there. It was Jeremy, my father, myself, and maybe 4. I think Doug was there. And we just stopped, and we were like, whoa, look at this thing.
Could this work
The
for us?
robot is moving,
Exactly.
the table is all automated and moving, and it's already all set up. And it was a beautiful thing, and all of our heads started racing. We looked at each other and we were like, this is it. This is the differentiator. This is what we have to do. And so we talked that day about like, how do we do this? What does this look like? What is that process? This is what we do. Can you integrate a joystick to a robot? And it was funny because everybody at UR was like, why would you have a joystick on a robot? A robot does what a robot does. Just let the robot be a robot. And we're like, no, yes, we want it to do that, but we want it to be our X and our Y and our Z. Like we see this vision that the joystick is now just an extension of the arm, and that's it. It's a beautiful thing. And so you guys finally saw that vision too. You understood what we were looking for, and then we just started talking and figuring out the process.
Yep.
Was the application something foreign to Universal Robots, what Tony was trying to do?
It was something where, back 4 years ago, we were just kind of cutting our teeth in welding as a whole. And laser welding was one of those facets of welding that we never really did get too into. So it was a really unique opportunity for Universal Robots to find a company like Alliance Laser that already knew and already had experience in laser welding to be able to then integrate our product into that solution. So it seemed like a perfect fit from the start there.
And what's a little bit unique, typical automated robotic laser welding, it's big welding. It's like 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, where you would not want anybody near it. Because at that point, that amount of power is dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so to be able to drive the robot with a joystick on a fine repair for tooling, that's totally unique. It's unique to welding in general, and especially unique to robotics, because generally you use robots when you don't want people to be around.
Exactly.
Because it's dangerous. So to say, no, we want to integrate somebody with the robot, and that's why this works, it was a little bit of a foreign concept.
Absolutely, and that's where the collaborative robots really came into play for Tony and the team at Alliance, is that collaborative robots are designed to work in a shared space alongside human beings. That's really one of the big keys. Don't replace people, they empower people to be a better version of themselves. They empower people to take on better, more deeper responsibilities, let's say, within the organization, and take away some of that dull, dirty, dangerous, those real tedious tasks, but then add more value to the organization.
Yeah. Right.
And that's really the key, right? We want all of our employees out there to add value to the organization, and we want them to feel like they're adding value.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right?
And that is the misconception about automation, right? Everybody automatically
absolutely.
assumes you're eliminating jobs, meaningless jobs, and really you're freeing up people to do better jobs.
Correct.
And
That's a
improving
great
your
way to
end
say it.
product. I mean,
Yes.
I think this is a very interesting application that I don't think a typical shop's going to think that you can automate that part of the process, right? So it's wonderful.
And going back to how we met and your long title, because people ask like, why Universal Robots?
Yeah.
Why was this the right application? Well, there were so many reasons why. The first one was because of your quote unquote title, where Universal is a big brand, right?
Yep.
And so what Universal does is they have different branches, not branches, but partners,
distributors
that
across the country, globe.
are now the experts. So we're working with FPE.
Yeah.
FPE is our local branch. They help us with all the training, all the programming, all the digging into how to program the machine. When we have challenges, they're the team that comes out and helps us. They've been trained by UR. UR is back for support, but we have our team here.
Got it.
So then Brian and I stay in constant contact,
Yep.
and he says, if something's not working, let me know, I'll jump in.
Yeah.
If FPE can't meet this, let me know, I'll jump in. I'll put one of our
Nice.
other guys
Yeah.
on the team. Maybe they haven't had this nuance yet. Great, they can jump in. Our original head for the machine, the payload was a little bit too high. So the UR team was able to tell us, like, if you eliminate some weight, it's going to help you keep the line straight. It's going to help eliminate the wiggles, because when you're laser welding, you need precision.
Yep.
It's all about
Exactly.
precision. So if there's any kind of jitter, it's bad. So we didn't understand, and FPE didn't. I don't think they totally knew the weight limit of that head, and you add any other additional weight, and it kind of teeters it a little bit. So we redesigned the whole head, the whole fixture, everything about it. Now it's awesome.
So is it in with any customers yet? Is it debuting here?
It's debuting here.
Okay.
This is the first. Well, it was at a Merrill, but it was tucked in the back corner.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we wanted people to know it was here,
Okay.
and it was coming. It was kind of the tease. But this is the first time that we're debuting
Well,
it.
keep me posted if anybody you land that.
We
As a story there.
We've had aerospace customers coming over and looking at it. We've
okay.
had some unique applications.
Absolutely.
There's a company out near us that's looking to use it to manufacture eyeglasses, because not only can you do tool repair, but because of the unique application, now you can set it up for production weld.
I love that. I love when another application comes out of something. It's unexpected.
And that was
That's a
one of the
surprise.
reasons that we were looking at, our typical system, the ID1, the ID1 FW, they're great. But if you want to do production welding, it's a whole different animal. So now, with the robot, you can program it to weld here, weld here, weld here, weld here, spin a rotary, and you do it all in one shot. And it's great. And then, if you need to do tool repair, you can now take it out of automated mode, do your, use your vision system,
Okay.
and look through the microscopes, use the joystick, and make all the tooling repairs that you need to make. So it's really two machines in one,
Okay.
with the ability to do fine laser welding, production welding, really dialed in circles, programs, all kinds of stuff.
Really nice to be able to just seamlessly switch back and forth between a manual and an automated process with their
Yeah.
system. It's a great way to
flexible.
go about it.
Yeah, more
It's
versatile.
flexible, which is also one of the key things with
Yeah.
collaborative robots in general, is they're supposed to be flexible. They're meant to be easy to use. They're meant to not be intimidating for a user. And they've hit the nail on the head here with this one. It's a simple, easy to use program or offer to really get into laser
Perfect.
welding, which is
I can't see
such
it's
a
not
unique
going to take
industry.
off. Does this have a name? Did you name
It's
this
the
one?
ID1 UR.
Okay, so I know you're into
We're
names.
keeping it. Well, yeah, I am. But we want it. We want this to be simple, because the ID1 is our platform. That's our laser welding
Okay.
platform, and ID is intelligent design.
Oh, I never asked you that before.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
got
intelligent design, because there's evolution, and evolution happens by accident. It's chance.
Okay.
It's random. It's not really thought out. Something comes up and it changes. Intelligent design means we thought about this. We know what we want out of the process. We know what customers need. We know what mold shops need. We're dialed in. We're figuring this out. So that's why, that's our platform. ID1 is our platform.
Okay.
And then after that is, FW is the fixed workstation. It's for people that have a limited workspace, but they need something to be able to weld. It's fixed. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's got an X, Y, and Z on the table, small footprint, ID1 UR. We want to highlight and promote the fact that it's a UR robot, because it's a good name.
It's a good
It's
name.
a trusted name.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's a benefit to us. We want to push the heck out of that.
And I think it's great to
that's an
apply
awesome
that
thing.
name to the mold manufacturing community is a big
Absolutely.
step.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys for sharing.
Thank
I
you.
think it's important to emphasize the collaboration and the impact that can have and the end result.
Yeah.
So let's keep in touch about that story.
And there's a good thing. So when you think cobots and you think robots, people are always concerned that you have to have barricades.
Yeah.
You gotta have
Yep.
limit
Safety.
switches. You
Yep.
gotta have cameras. You
Yep.
gotta have all this stuff. And what's awesome is we've got a small 10 by 10 booth. We didn't go crazy. We didn't get some 20 by 20 space. We've
That
got
makes
it-
a statement in itself, right?
Yes.
What you're showcasing.
We don't have to have
Small footprint.
panels
Yep.
around it.
Yep.
We don't have to have cameras capturing what's going on. There's no safety sensors,
Yep.
because with a cobot, you can set it so that if it hits something, it stops. It's not going to knock you over. it's a
They're
safe,
not evil.
Yeah, it's a safe system.
Yeah.
That's why cobots exist.
Yeah.
You know, we use other robots for other applications, but for this one, we never looked at anything else afterwards. I mean, it just made sense. So,
Cool.
if people are looking for robots for their shops, whether it's, forget the welding part of it. If you're looking for a robot for your shop, and people are going to be around it, this is the way to go. I mean, I know Jandler has a few UR
Yep,
robots,
yep.
and they use them for tool changing.
Yep.
Because they can be in there with the robot and not have to worry about their guys getting killed.
Exactly.
It's great.
They are intelligent.
Yes.
Robots.
But they're not going to take over.
No, it's not a movie.
You just unplug them.
Exactly. Dismantle them. All right, so before I let you go,
Yes.
we have these t-shirts.
Yeah.
I hope you gave this some thought. Hashtag MoldMake, we say a difference. So Tony, I want you to fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Hashtag MoldMake.
Molds make a mess.
I love that one.
Yeah. They make a mess, and I love it.
And because?
Yeah, and so here's why I love it. Because one person's mess is another person's solution. And so, you know, molds spill plastic. Molds get damaged. Molds make chips. Molds do all these things. And at the end of the day, you need somebody that's going to be able to repair it, finish it, and get it back to you right away.
Yeah.
And that's how my father started a business. That's what he did. He would say that he took all the rocks that people didn't want and they threw, and he built a castle out of it. He built an empire. And so all the things that mold makers that you guys don't want to do, that's the stuff we do. So the polishing, the laser welding, the hot runner manifold cleaning, the preventative mold maintenance, the mold repair, that's our bread and butter. So when the stuff hits the fan and there's a mess, we want to be there. We want to help. So we embrace the mess. We like the mess, and we help clean it up and get you back running.
Good plug. How about you, Brian? Hashtag MoldMake.
It's a good question. How about molds make everyone happy? Molds
I'll
make
take it.
everything, right?
Yeah, molds
They
make everything. Yep, so there you have it.
There we go.
Molds make a mess, molds make everything. And molds make everything happy. Or everyone happy, actually.
Yeah.
Right?
They make most people.
They make most people. You're right. Unless there's a mess.
Most people.
All right, well, thank you again for your time, everyone. And for everything mold making, visit moldmakingtechnology.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.